Sam Peckinpah truly is one of my favorite directors of all time. Like, without a shadow of a doubt, one of my favorite directors of all time. His themes of masculinity and exploring said masculinity, all the while throwing you in an ugly mess of a scenario mixed with the utter shock and violence that is, well, common to Sam Peckinpah. I love it. I just love it. Peckinpah has always captured a grittiness and rawness to his flicks that I often find refreshing, abandoning the sort of glitz and glamour of a typical Hollywood film made around this time period, and just basically getting down in the mud. Of course, he was far from the only director in the mid-60s and early 70s to be like this, but I'd argue he was one of the first to truly bring on-screen violence to the level of rawness never before seen in cinema. He didn't invent squibs, far from it. He didn't invent the chaotic action scene. But I like to say he perfected it. Be it the Wild Bunch, the Getaway, the astonishing Cross of Iron, or the vastly overlooked Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia. They all show violence as it is. Pure violence, plain and simple. It's not glamorous like we'd see in a Quentin Tarantino movie, or I'd argue even a Sergio Leone movie. Instead, it's raw and ugly and dirty. It's why I made my short film Sierra just before the pandemic hit, literally, just before the pandemic hit. It's a love letter to both Sam Peckinpah and director Sergio Corbucci from Italy, two men who truly knew how to capture violence as being violent. Peckinpah was a troubled man. I will not stand here and defend his actions both on and off set, nor how he treated his actors or women in general, but I will say this. He had served in World War II and saw a lot of bloodshed for himself firsthand. It was this experience which made him make the masterpiece Cross of Iron, after all. But seeing this violence clearly changed the man. I think if Peckinpah were alive today, he would have been diagnosed with a form of PTSD. And I mean that not necessarily in a modern-day definition, but as a true and total form of post-traumatic stress disorder. It makes me think that if he had been alive today, he may have had a happier life. One where he could have gotten the help he clearly needed. But on the flip side, we wouldn't have had Sam Peckinpah. He wouldn't have had all these raw, unfiltered movies, which truly revolutionized cinema. Major Dundee is where this all truly began, both for me and also Peckinpah's slow and inevitable downfall. When I was a child, I watched Major Dundee on TV a lot. I watched it at this perfect time when I was just being introduced to the American Civil War, which is a topic I am still deeply devoted to today, as you can see from what I am wearing. You can even go back to my Halloween live show, actually, and you can actually see that I dressed up as Major Dundee for my costume. You can check that out in the link below. Something that always fascinated me about Peckinpah's career is his constant struggle with studio heads and censors. And Major Dundee is probably the most dramatic of these struggles, and certainly the most drastic example of studio tampering that I can think of from his movies. I'll be honest, I have not seen a theatrical cut to Major Dundee since I was young. Seeing it on AMC, to be precise. That was exactly where I watched it. The only thing I blatantly remembered is really that catchy but horribly mismatched title song, Fall In Behind the Major. But I caught TCM's premiere of the extended cut of Major Dundee, hosted by Robert Osborne, and I fell in love with this version and its new music score, extended scenes, etc., etc., etc. So it's this better, longer, truer version to Sam Peckinpah's original vision that I remember most, which is good, because I know a lot of people who just know the theatrical cut of this movie, and from everything that I've read, everything I've heard from people and fans who have talked to me about it, that's really unfortunate. So I'm a fan of Arrow Video, hands down. In fact, they've officially replaced Criterion Collection for my favorite restorers of both cult and classic films onto Blu-ray. I immediately saw them releasing a limited edition box set for Major Dundee containing both the extended cut and the original theatrical cut. I found this important since I'm completely against making one version of any film, be it good or bad, warts and all, becoming the only version available from over the counter. This Blu-ray has indeed arrived on my doorstep. And that's enough of me rambling about Sam Peckinpah and Major Dundee, so let's actually unbox this puppy. First thing I want to say is I really love this artwork. Absolutely love this artwork. Credit to the guy who drew it. On the back is this, I believe, is just a sleeve that this comes in, showing all of the special features in which you have. So right now, I want to open this thing. God damn it, come on. I've always been a violent man when opening these. Yeah. So I was right. This is mainly just a sleeve to the actual poster. Completion of the poster itself. I really love the look of this. Okay, so that's actually interesting, how this is a complete and total wraparound of everything that's in that, which looks really cool. Now, if you look on the back, or not, well, on the side here, you can see. Now, that's an interesting layout. I'll be honest, I wasn't really expecting that. I was expecting it to be, just like a regular disc. But no, instead this is sort of presented as if it's a set within itself, which I find really cool. That's one of the things that I really like about Arrow, is just how much detail they put into stuff. And I like how, and that kind of fits with the story of Major Dundee. Let's get these books out, shall we? Aha! That is where they contained all the special features. Really interesting. I love this so far. This is actually really cool. That is fucking cool. I absolutely love the layout of that. Oh, cool. We got an Arrow coupon. I love that artwork. I love the sort of art, the hand-drawnness of the whole thing. That's what I really like. Oh, thank God. The Blu-ray is actually securely put in there. It's one of the things that I've always griped about Blu-rays, is that they, the packaging tends to be super flimsy. The last unboxing I did for King Kong, that was one of the things that I noted. Here is where all of the special features are, which is awesome, because let's go over the special features for disc 1 really quick. So high-def Blu-ray 1080p presentation of my 4K scan from Sony Pictures. So this isn't a 4K scan, it's only 1080p, which is fine by me. That doesn't really bother me. Let's see, 5.1 surround sound audio with a new score by Christopher Caliendo, which I've always preferred to the theatrical cut score, other than I really like the Fall In Behind the Major. Who am I kidding? Lossless original mono audio. Okay. With the original score. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, that's interesting. I was not expecting that on the extended cut whatsoever, so I'm guessing that scenes that contain music that were in the extended scenes probably just don't have music in them. Or probably it's just transferred over from this 5.1 surround sound mix. I really don't know, so I can't wait to kind of flip through the audio settings on this. It's a audio commentary by Nick Redman, David Weddle, Garner Simons, and Paul Sater. And I'm guessing they had something to do with the actual making of this new extended cut. And again, it's not really a director's cut, because we don't really know what the director's cut would have been like. Another audio commentary by historian critics Glenn Erickson and Alan K. Rode. Another audio commentary, let's see, with historian critic Glenn Erickson, so I guess he's in 2 of these audio commentaries. Moby Dick on Horseback. That is a very apt title for this. A brand new visual essay by David Cairns. Passion and Poetry, The Dundee Odyssey, a feature-length documentary about the making of Major Dundee by Mike Siegel. Okay, I'm super excited for that. Featuring James Coburn, Santa Berger, or Berger, whatever the name is, Mario Adorf, LQ Jones, R.G. Armstrong, and Gordon Dawson. So that is a full feature-length documentary on the making of the movie outside of the feature itself. Let's see. Passion and Poetry, Peckinpah Anecdotes. 9 actors talk about working with legendary director Sam Peckinpah. Oh boy, that should be interesting. Featuring Chris Christopherson. Okay, he's not even in this movie. Ernst Borgnine, James Coburn, David Warner, Ali McGraw. Yeah, I'm so excited to get my hands on this. Mike Siegel, about the Passion and Poetry Project, in which filmmaker Mike Siegel talks about his beginnings and his ongoing historical project about director Sam Peckinpah. Extensive still galleries featuring rare on-set behind-the-scenes and marketing materials, and of course the 2005 re-release trailer. Now that I remember watching as it premiered on TCM, so that is freaking awesome. I also just want to reaffirm that I absolutely love the layout of this, so let's go on to the theatrical cut, which, of course that would have the Confederate on it. I love that. Richard Harris, who gives one hell of a great performance in this. And again, I just love the layout. Cool. Same layout as before. Good, solidly in the disc. I'll probably actually watch the theatrical cut first before going back to the extended cut, because I have not seen the theatrical cut of this movie in ages. I remember it being on AMC once. That was the first time I ever saw it, but that's really all I remember it. For the most part, I only remember the extended cut. So I'll be interested to see the theatrical cut and then going to the extended cut and seeing how that works. Now, loads of special features on this as well. So in this one, a little bit less special features on the theatrical cut. Didn't expect anything else. So this is also a 1080p release of a 2K scan, not 4K, 2K scan. So here is the original lossless mono audio, so there's no 5.1 surround sound mix. English subtitles, okay. Writing for a Fall, a vintage behind-the-scenes featurette about the stunts of Major Dundee. Interesting, because I gotta say the stunts on this one would only be topped later by the Wild Bunch, in which the train blows up. That's really interesting. Extended deleted scenes, silent outtakes, select extended deleted scenes and outtakes with commentary by historian Glenn Erickson, giving context onto how they were intended to appear in Peckinpah's version of the film. And then original US, UK, and German theatrical trailers. So a lot less special features on there. A part of me really wished they had a audio commentary on the theatrical version, but we got 3 audio commentaries on the extended version. So what can I say? Ooh, Viva Dundee. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, so what is this? Oh my God. Okay, so this is the, I guess it's 60-page booklet. Ooh, I can't wait to do this. This is reminding me a lot of the Planet of the Apes 40th anniversary release. Can I get this framed? Seriously? Oh, I love that artwork so much. God, fucking Charlton Heston, what a handsome asshole. Love him so much. Really freaking cool. I'm going to be reading this, that's for sure. I'm going to take it with me on my way to work, and I'm going to be reading this. Fucking awesome. I'm just so excited. Oh, this is so cool. I genuinely love Major Dundee to no end, so this, I had to get it when I saw that Arrow was releasing it, so definitely going to do that. That's a 60-page booklet, and as you can see, a lot of great stills from it. Aha! This is what I wanted. Oh my God, it's reversible. This is a good chunk of why I got this release. I wanted this poster. This artwork is awesome. I love how they use the original title font. You have the actors here, Charlton Heston and Richard Harris and Major Dundee. Oh my God. Oh, I love this. I love this. And I love how they went classic with it. It wasn't like they tried to modernize the poster. Now, I didn't know this, but in case you don't know, this here is the original artwork for Major Dundee, and I love it. Now, I prefer the custom artwork, I won't lie, but this is awesome. I didn't realize that they were going to do this. God damn, I just love Arrow. I love Arrow so freaking much, you guys. It's not even funny. But I think I'm going to frame this one. I think I like this one a little bit more. I love the colors on both, you see. So it's not like one is bad and one is good. I think I'm going to go with the custom artwork. I'm going to get that framed, and I'm going to hang that above my Civil War map that you can see in the background whenever I'm on the wide of me. This is so fucking cool. Once again, Arrow is not pulling any punches. Look at this shit. Look at it. Oh, that was so good. This is worth every fucking penny. I can tell you that much. And here's the box. Here's the back. Ugh. Oh, so good. I'm so excited to check this out. This, from whole presentation-wise, this just gets an A++ in my book. This is like a 100%, oh my god. I am so excited to pop this in and check it out, guys. You have no idea. I am so excited to watch this, especially on my big screen with my 5.1 surround sound system. While still a flawed movie, I can't deny that it truly is one of my personal favorite westerns, and probably my second favorite Peckinpah film. It's truly unfortunate that we'll never really get to see Peckinpah's version of the movie. While the extended cut I praise to no end, and I must give them credit, they did their best to compile the mess that was the original negatives and, you know, compile it into a more coherent film. This isn't like Orson Welles' Touch of Evil. Sam Peckinpah did not write a detailed memo explaining all the cuts and the transitions to use for people to basically look at as a blueprint and to restore. That wasn't Peckinpah. His style was running away, getting drunk, fucking some hookers, and snorting a huge line of cocaine to help him cope with these unfortunate circumstances. Nevertheless, I'm so ecstatic that this Blu-ray contains both versions of the movie because who knows? I might actually prefer the theatrical cut. I doubt it, but I won't know until I revisit it. And now I can. I love how Arrow Video has given us the option to pick which cut we like more. Don't like the theatrical cut? Well, here's the extended cut, or vice versa. I'm super excited to pop these in and give them both a watch back-to-back. So anyways, go on Facebook, like AN Productions for all up-to-date information about what we're doing. All links to my social media is in the description below. And in the end, this is Adam Noyce of AN Productions saying, fall in behind the Major.